I wanted to do a little bit of a presentation because since Serene's college is kind of based out of Virginia, she's not able to walk with her class, but I wanted to share a little bit and recognize a lot of the things she's overcome over the years and what she's accomplished, and share with you kind of her heart and who she is. And plus, what is a graduation ceremony without a long speech? So, you know. So I wrote this kind of as a letter to your way. I knew that God had his hand on you and you were something special. Just knowing that I was expecting you changed my world. I was a scared, young, unwed mother battling depression. But you gave me a reason to fight and better my life, and I had no doubt that you would change the world. I think you were about 6 years old when you announced that you wanted to be the first female president. A few years after that, you became interested in the FBI, and I'll never forget our field trip to interview FBI agents in Reading for a paper that you were writing. I remember how scared I was to call and ask for an interview, having no idea if they even allowed something like that. But you were passionate about it, and I was not going to stand in your way. It was an amazing experience, and you were hooked. Your new goal was to become an FBI agent. Your passion and drive continued when you decided to accelerate your education and complete 7th and 8th grade in 1 year. We paced it out, and you went to work. Then, one day, I noticed you reading your textbook with your face only inches away from the book, an early sign of how our lives would soon be changing. Eye doctor appointments led to our first round of specialists and an MRI, as no one could explain why you seemed to be losing your eyesight. We were warned that the loss was likely permanent and might lead to full loss of sight over time. You bravely faced the unknown, agreeing to slow your education to 1 year at a time, while we adjusted to the uncertain future. Soon we received the wonderful news that the doctors could not find any sign of illness that would lead to permanent loss of sight, and for unknown reasons, your symptoms seemed to begin to improve. Surprised, but counting our blessings, we moved forward. In high school, you renewed your plan to accelerate your education and made it your goal to earn your AA at the same time as your high school diploma. Beginning college at age 15, your teachers immediately saw how gifted you are, and by your sophomore year, you were hired as a writing tutor for Shasta College, a 16-year-old tutoring college students. Your success continued as a junior when you were accepted into the FBI Teen Academy, where you got to spend a day at the FBI Center in Rockland training with real FBI agents, a dream come true. High school also brought many new challenges. By the end of your freshman year, your health began to decline. Fatigue, migraines, brain fog, pain, weakness, and other symptoms led to more doctors and tests. By sophomore year, some days you were too weak to get out of bed. Then the paralysis episodes began. Ambulance rides, MRIs, many trips to UCSF, and a wonderful pediatrician who loyally managed your care and helped us navigate this complex medical road. So many doctors and tests, yet no answers. But you refused to let that slow you down. You handled your complex health with humor, hope, and a positive attitude, placing your faith in God and taking it one day at a time. You continued to do schoolwork in bed whenever your pain allowed, and on good days you went to classes. On what we began to call mermaid days, you went in a wheelchair. But you went, and you continued to move towards your goals. By senior year, we had learned to navigate the unpredictable nature of your mysterious health, and you continued to advance academically. But 17 would prove to be the hardest year yet, when an assault by a trusted friend led to severe depression, PTSD, a suicide attempt, and a hospitalization. The trauma threatened to derail all of our progress as crippling flashbacks made it nearly impossible to continue. Police reports followed, and my strong, bright powerhouse of a daughter turned inwardly and became nearly unrecognizable. Our family was shaken, our trust in God pushed to the edge. I grieved as I feared that the daughter I had known might be gone forever. But even in this, we could not deny God's presence and his hand in the chaos as he guided us one moment at a time. Thank God for Empower Tehama and EMDR as you went to work with your therapist facing your trauma and working towards healing. Determined to complete your educational goals, at 18 years old, in spite of the challenges, you graduated from both high school and Shasta College, earning your AA in Administration of Justice. Of course, you had to throw in a wild hailstorm, tornado, and evacuation at your college graduation ceremony just to keep things spicy. But not even a tornado could keep you from your degree. You had met your goal, and I couldn't be more proud. Ironically, your physical health mysteriously improved as you battled with mental health. And soon you were off to William Jessup University for college, a Christian university where you were able to study criminal justice and the Bible, wrestling with some of the difficult questions. However, still in the midst of healing trauma, life did not go as expected at Jessup, as you struggled, wrestled, questioned, and at times spun out of control. More trauma resulted in the form of abuse from men seeking to exploit your vulnerability. One of whom was a fellow college student who sought to gain power over you through abuse. It was hard to understand how God could allow this at a place we had hoped would bring healing and safety. But even in this dark place, God was working. Though this young man was dangerous, his roommate, Tyler, was a kind, godly young man who saw you at your worst and weakest, yet saw the beauty and gifting in you. He became a friend and a confidant, providing safety and support to you as you fought to get away from his roommate. Eventually, it was decided that for your safety, you needed to leave school and move back home. Tyler also did the same, and the two of you began your beautiful journey together as a couple. In order to ensure your safety from your abuser, a restraining order was requested. We were sick to discover that he had hired a lawyer to defend him, and that in order to win, you would have to face him head-on in court. Anyone else would have given up or run away, but you rose to the challenge. You went toe-to-toe with that lawyer and even cross-examined your abuser, refusing to let him intimidate you, catching him in lies, and proving your case to the judge. You, my warrior child at only 19, beat a lawyer in court and won your restraining order. Most importantly, you won your voice back, and the daughter I knew returned. You had won the battle, but it had left you with scars. Your health began to deteriorate once again, and it was decided that you needed some time off to heal physically, emotionally, and spiritually. During this time, you further developed your gifting in art while advocating for other victims of abuse and challenging any injustice against the disabled. You and Tyler grew in your relationship, and you grew closer to God as you began to understand him as an advocate for the oppressed and a lover of justice, just like you. Soon you entered college again, this time through Liberty University, an online Christian school that allowed the flexibility needed for your health, only discovering later that the school was much more conservative than you. Still, you face this as an opportunity to share your beliefs and call out the unhealthy perspectives that sometimes hide behind the mask of Christianity. You also found a wonderful neurologist at UCSF and finally received a diagnosis: hemiplegic migraines. There is currently no cure, but you have become a pro at managing it. And not only that, but raising awareness and becoming an advocate for others who live with a disability. You continue to fight for justice and advocate for others in your daily life as well. It's not uncommon to receive a text from you telling me that you're running a little bit late because you saw a man becoming aggressive with a woman on the side of the road and either followed or intervened directly, sometimes offering a ride to the victim, as well as numbers and resources where they can get help. And don't forget all of the sweet cats and dogs that you have helped to rescue and rehome or volunteering at the animal shelter. You truly have the heart of a loving warrior, and you inspire me every day. So today, I am beyond thrilled to thank God for his work in you, and to celebrate you and all of your accomplishments. And thank you to everyone who has come to celebrate us. Come up here with me. So, may I now present to all of you, earning her Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice, Homeland Security, and Strategic Intelligence, summa cum laude with highest honors, Serene Kimberly Caroline Day.
I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest color